Siomra Beag.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sure Look, Sure Listen, the podcast that takes a pop at culture.
Sure look, sure listen.
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 Benjamin, we are back from our summer hiatus, which you definitely announced on both the Discord and Instagram, and everyone knew about, and we completely didn't forget to tell people was a thing that was happening. And we've come back at the best of all times, Benjamin, because there's too much going on.
Michael, so much going on.
Benjamin, look, we've had a break, we've had a rest. We've come back at the weekend of San Diego Comic-Con, Ben. One of your favourite Comic-Cons.
I can't in all good faith engage with that topic, Michael. I'm not touching it.
Your top 5 favouriteest Comic-Cons, Ben. The San Diego Comic-Con. Right up there with the New York Comic-Con, Benjamin, and several others.
Not quite as good as Dublin Comic-Con. Please sponsor us, Dublin Comic-Con.
Or just let us in. Just let us in with cameras, please.
Just let us in with cameras.
We won't make as much of a scene as we did last time. But sure, look, Benjamin, that's enough shite talk, because we've got loads to look at this week, including the Umbrella Academy Season 3. We're looking back at the stuff we missed when we were on break, Ben. The Umbrella Academy Season 3, The Boys Season 3, Stranger Things Season 3, you've written 4, but it was 3, Miss Marvel Season 1, Thor, Love and or Thunder, and Ben, I've seen the film The Grey Man.
Sure, listen, Michael, if that wasn't enough, your needless bashing of my running order there is incorrect. It's Stranger Things Season 4.
It is Season 4. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was Season 4.
Sure, listen, Michael,
Benjamin,
if that
it
wasn't
was Season 4. It was Season 4.
Sure, listen, Michael, if that wasn't enough, and it actually is.
It's more than enough.
We've come back at the busiest pop culture time of the year, Michael. SDCC, not South Dublin County Council, has announced quite a few things on the running order, and that is Sandman, new trailer.
Yeah.
Ooh, ah.
Ooh, what's going on?
Black Adam.
Yeah.
New trailer. Ooh, ah. Shazam.
Yeah. I think it's pronounced Shazam.
Shazam. Yeah, sorry, Shazam. I always get it wrong. Dungeones and Dragons is the next one there. Yes, and then She-Hulk is the next one there.
She-Hulk, yeah, very good. Yeah.
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda, yeah, one of my favourites. Yeah, Wakanda
and
Forever.
Then, we're taking a look, Michael, at Marvel's big announcement.
Yeah. Guess what it was? It was more films.
It was more
more films.
So yeah, we're doing that for some reason, right? So come here to me. What'd you do over the break?
Benjamin, I watched a load of shit. I'm not saying shit as in it was bad. I just watched a load of shit, Ben. I had loads of time because I wasn't doing a podcast, so I watched a load of things.
Yeah, it's weird when you aren't doing a podcast.
You aren't doing a podcast. You've got a load of time to watch a load of things. Benjamin, funnily enough, though, the first thing on your running order here is the only one on the whole thing today that we're talking about that I haven't seen, Umbrella Academy Season 3. So you best tell us, was it any good, though?
So, Michael, Umbrella Academy Season 3 picks up instantaneously where they left off in Season 2. So the gang got out of their time loop in Dallas in the 1960s, and they end up dropped in a universe, Michael, where they don't exist.
Oh no.
Yeah. So Sir Reginald Hargreaves, big old Dick Foster dad that he is,
he's no use at all, Ben. He's like if Charles Xavier was worse.
Was a prick. Although I'm not certain Charles Xavier isn't a prick.
Exactly, Ben.
Michael,
a worse prick.
A more realistic take on one Charles M. Xavier. I don't even know if that's correct. But
Michael, yeah.
Come here, Charles Michael Xavier. Not to be confused with Michael Charles Xavier Leonard, which is you.
That's actually my full name, yeah.
That's actually your full name. Or Wheels for short.
Oh.
So, come here to me, Michael.
It's not very inclusive of you, Ben.
I think it actually is. I think it's quite inclusive, Michael.
Okay, very good.
Come here to me. It picks up directly where that is, and what happened is Sir Reginald Hargreaves, being the prick that he is, Michael, didn't really enjoy his encounter with the Umbrella Academy during the 60s and said to himself, well, I'm not adopting those kids, I'll adopt some different kids and change the timeline.
I'll get a different Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, so he only went and did that, Michael. Now, in the typical fashion, Michael, of Netflix, their budget seems to be diminishing show by show.
Oh, very good. Everybody loves that.
So what they've done for this one, Michael, they probably stretched themselves a bit thin with their Season 2 road trips and the likes. And what they've done here is set the entire thing in a hotel called Hotel Oblivion,
Oh.
which is your typical kind of, it's a bit like the John Wick Hotel.
Oh, yeah. Your classic John Wick hotel. Your classic Jodie Foster is in the Assassin Hotel.
Yeah, Hotel Artemis or whatever the John Wick Hotel is. It's
Hotel Infinity. Olympia?
Who's to say, Michael?
Who is to say? Certainly not me.
But I tell you what, Michael, it's the exact same vibe. And they square off against the new Umbrella Academy of this universe, which is the Sparrow Academy, Michael. And I have to say,
Go on.
great in places,
Yes?
but not spectacular.
Oh, what a shame.
Enough that I'm not entirely motivated to watch season 4.
Well, I don't think you'll have to worry about that because Netflix will probably randomly pull the plug at the end of season 3, as they so often do.
As they so often do, Michael. It's not a bad series, but of the things on our list today, Michael, not spectacular. A very run-of-the-mill kind of gig. There are some hilarious scenes. There's some very strange kind of, meta things. They have a dance-off to Footloose, Michael.
Oh, of course they do.
Yeah.
Like the film Footloose.
Like the film Footloose, Michael. And it's fine. Tom
Welling.
I can't remember his name. The big fella who plays Luther.
Tom Welling from the TV show Superman is Young.
Superman is a young fella. Yeah, not great, Michael. Not great.
No.
Some of them seem to have phoned it in a little bit. Some of them seem to be leaning on a shtick. Elliot Page remains one of the weakest actors on screen.
Very good. Benjamin, how did they handle... Did Elliot Page's character become a male character?
Yes. Vanya transitions to Victor in the show, and it's treated like any transition arc would be treated. It's quite well done, actually, as far as that kind of storyline could be handled, I suppose, except for the fact that, once again, Michael, they lean in at a certain point, and it becomes a case of, look how accepting this member of the Umbrella Academy is towards their brother Victor. Look how accepting this member.
I see.
And everybody gets their heartwarming Victor scene, if that makes sense.
Oh, very good. Which probably doesn't make sense, Ben, because they've gone through a lot weirder than someone transitioning. One of them is a gorilla man.
One of them is a gorilla man, Michael.
And the other one is a ghost.
Now, Michael, on the subject of tighter budgets, there's not a single scene where Gorilla Man has his gorilla chest out.
No, you wouldn't.
He's
just
wearing
put
a big
jacket
jumper
on him. Yeah,
the whole time.
That's what I do to cover my big hairy chest, Ben. I just wear a big jumper all the time.
So your large gorilla-like muscles.
Yeah. My gorilla hairs are coming out the bottom of the t-shirt, Ben. The t-shirt is too short.
It's too short, Michael. You
Look at all these gorilla hairs. All these gorilla hairs. Benjamin.
Yeah.
I've seen The Boys season 3 and I thought it was great.
Now, Michael, from one mediocre superhero season 3 to one spectacular superhero season 3.
Now, we covered a couple of episodes of this, Ben, before our little hiatus.
Yes.
And it was ramping up nicely. We'd had a big exploding willy.
Yes.
I don't think we'd gotten as far as Herogasm, had we?
We hadn't got as far as Herogasm, Michael, and my.
Let's talk about the Herogasm, Ben. And first of all, very funny.
Very funny.
Very good, very funny.
Yes.
But Herogasm in the comics, Ben, not funny.
Very awful.
Awful. Absolutely awful.
Very awful.
The Herogasm in this, Ben, much more consensual.
Much more consenting, much more 1970s.
Yeah.
Much more what I picture an orgy to be in my head.
Exactly, Ben. Like, this is just any common or garden orgy that you've been to. But with superheroes.
Of course, Michael. Of course.
Yeah. Any common or garden orgy that you might have hosted or have been to. This is just that, but with superheroes and a little bit more extreme. But it's not Herogasm from the comics. Thank God, says you.
Thank God, says myself.
Because Herogasm from the comics, Ben, no use, horrible.
I think what I really like about it is it's a real B-list event. Not every superhero takes part at all.
Yeah. Only the crappy ones were there.
Only the crappy ones that are just like, come on, we have an orgy.
Yeah, we'll have a gross orgy.
Yeah. Look, we went through that season, Michael. Herogasm was one of the big ones. But I have to say, that show gets better and better by the season.
Yes. It's getting quite good, isn't it?
It's just very well written. The conflicts get better every time. I enjoyed the internet kind of wave of comic book fans who were like, normally I would say read the source material. You know, if it's Umbrella Academy, go pick up the volumes by Jared Way and Gabriel Ba. You know, go do your groundwork before you watch the series. I cannot stress enough that you should not do that with The Boys.
Now, get rid of The Boys. Just forget it. Forget it's based on a comic. Just enjoy it for what it is. Having said that, though, Ben, I've one gripe. Can I give you one gripe?
Oh, give me a little gripe there, Michael.
My gripe is that they have depowered Homelander to the extent that they could probably just beat him up.
So that was one of the things. I think it's very weird that all three of them can take. I do think, Michael,
Go on.
he is depowered a little bit, but what I liked was he's kind of just kept off his feet. It's the Superman logic of Superman really relies on that super strength. He doesn't actually know how to fight. So what happens is you have Homelander come in, or sorry, you have Soldier Boy come in, who's a trained professional.
Yeah, and a real prick.
And a real fucking prick.
Absolute prick.
And he kind of leads the way. And then Butcher's a right scrapper.
Yeah.
On the main streets of London town, isn't it?
It's on London town by way of Auckland.
By way of
Mate.
Auckland. Mate. I saw the best tweet in the world about that, which was Karen Fukuhara out here, you know, trying to win Oscars, doing more with a nod than most people do with a monologue. And then there's Billy
Urban.
Billy Butcher. It's just, yeah.
The way I look at it, Ben, is he comes from a fictional version of London that exists in the Boys universe.
In the Boys universe, where everyone's a line.
Oh, fucking do your head in.
Mate, apples and pears, apples and pears, apples
Benjamin.
and pears. Yeah.
Benjamin, I still stand by, though, the fact that as it stands, if everyone had just kind of stopped and agreed to get along, they would have easily kicked the shit out of Homelander. They don't even need Soldier Boy. With Maeve, Kimiko, Starlight, Butcher with the powers, Huey with the powers, they could probably get him.
They probably could, Michael.
They wouldn't all survive it, but they probably could.
And Butcher would probably put them all in that situation because Butcher's a bit of a twat.
Yeah. But it has devalued Homelander as absolutely unstoppable and terrifying. He's still a horrible, unstoppable, terrifying prick.
To anyone who isn't super.
Not to anyone. Like anyone one-on-one, yeah. But I mean, look at it this way, Ben. It should be so easy for him to kill them that it's not even a fight. That's the way I see it.
So, I think one of the ways I look at this, Michael, is, and I think it's played up a little bit in the series. Homelander is so taken aback by the fact that someone can go toe to toe with him that I really felt it threw him off the fight. I don't think he's ever been hit, and I think they play that to great effect when he interacts with Maeve, and she says, "Are you wearing concealer?" Because he has a bruise for the first time in his entire life.
But she gave him a good going as well, Ben.
She did. It's true. Yeah, actually, by the end, that's true. She gets her licks in.
She gets some pretty good licks in, Ben. And if you remember the comic, which I don't think anyone should ever read.
Don't read the comic.
No, it should be struck from the record, Ben.
I can't stress it enough.
If you do remember it, when she attacks him in the comic, he rips her head off instantly, and the fight's over.
That's it.
And then it's kind of like, oh yeah, he did a plan B here. Yeah. Just beating him up is not an option, basically.
You don't fuck with Homelander in the comics.
But Benjamin.
Yes.
Emmy for Anthony Starr, please.
Oh, sweet, merciful Christ, Michael. The ominous dread that seeps into my bones when they did those Homelander close-ups on that fucking grin. I was just like, oh no.
He's no use, Benjamin.
Oh, what's he done?
Benjamin.
Yes.
We can't drag the arse out of talking about Homelander because we've got about 17 more things to talk about.
Yeah, we've run out of time here, Michael, already. Oh, dear.
I'll have to edit that out then. I'll have to edit that out, that top podcasting sneeze, or leave it in now because there's banter associated with it.
There's banter associated with it. Speaking of banter, Michael.
Yes. Stranger Things Season 4, Ben. Easily the best season of Stranger Things.
Michael, this came out of left field for me because I had resigned on Stranger Things. I'd seen season 1. I'd given season 2 a go right up until Depeche Mode, The Experiment, where we had 11 go off with all the other kids.
Oh, that was no use at all.
Yeah, that was my sign off for thing. Didn't even register with me for season 3. But Michael,
Yes, go on.
Rarely have we seen a show so leap in quality as Stranger Things season 4. Now, I don't know if it's to do with the fact that the main cast has grown up quite a bit, probably
Go on.
tightened up their acting skills, Michael.
Maybe.
I don't know if the cinematography got a solid upgrade somewhere along the line. Although it was always quite cinematic, but it really gave it some. I don't know if the villain was finally something that we could kind of go, okay, not a big ominous evil thing that we don't understand. Quite a
fella.
quite a sinister fella.
A creepy fella, yeah.
And it worked really, really well. I don't know if they managed to align their tone really well to the horror genre. Several nods to that. I don't know if it was bloody Joe Quinn. I think it might have just
Everybody
been
loves
him.
Joe Quinn, Ben.
Everybody loves Joe Quinn.
Joe Quinn. Everybody loves him.
loves
now.
Joe Quinn.
He's very much in demand, Ben. He's so in demand they nearly had to cancel London Comic Con, is the way I see it.
He got a real bollocking from London Comic Con, Michael. There was quite a controversy.
Yeah. Some security man.
Yeah, it was no good. No good.
No use.
Tell you where you wouldn't see that, Michael.
Go
Bloody
on.
Dublin Comic Con, who's soon to sponsor this podcast, or just let us in.
Just let us in. We promise we won't make any more scenes. We will.
Well, we make some scenes, but they'll be content scenes, not
Yes, skits.
dramas.
Benjamin. I thought it was great. I didn't love it at the beginning. I thought they dragged the arse out of it, which is my phrase for this week, Ben.
Right,
In case
well,
anyone's...
I went into it, Michael, armed with your review from a previous week's podcast, and I said to myself, Michael was right, they dragged the arse out of it.
They dragged the arse out of that first 4 episodes, Ben.
I could not have cared less about, 11's a bit bullied.
Oh, she's getting bullied again. Oh, she's being bullied again, and this time it's outside.
Mind you, I think, Michael, maybe, perhaps, I might have to get myself psychologically evaluated, because when the young one who was bullying 11 got that roller skate to the face, I was there going, yeah, good.
No, I think everyone was, Ben. That's all right.
Good.
That's
okay,
fine.
you
That's
think that was
normal. That's
cathartic for
normal. That's
everybody?
normal.
Okay,
Yeah, that was
good,
cathartic,
good.
yeah. It was like, good, get her 11. Give
Get
her
her
a big punch with
Get
the
her
rollerblades.
11. I towards the end, I have to say, I could not have cared less about the 11 and the lads subplot.
No, the 11 and the lads subplot, who cares? And the lads in California, Jesus Christ. They might as well have just filmed the occasion. Like, I would have been happy if once an episode it cut to them for 30 seconds, like playing Nintendo or sitting around being bored, or that would have been hilarious.
I could not have cared, Michael, less. I was so invested in the Hawkins storyline. Do you know what? I think the Duffer Bros knew exactly what they were doing. I think
The Duffy Bees
put their strongest cast together in Hawkins and then sideline the ones that just don't cut the mustard quite as well.
Get rid
In terms
those.
of acting, because in terms of clout, the guy who plays Will has quite a lot of internet clout, as does
Finn
bloody
Wolfhard.
Charlie. What's his name? And 11.
Charlie What You Fucking, that's his name. Yeah, that's definitely his name.
Yeah, so they carry a lot of clout, but they don't have the charisma of your bloody Steves.
They just make it about Steve.
Just make it about Steve. Make Steve the mama hen.
Yeah.
Put it in there. Do
Yeah.
it. It's the same as Max Gatlin. I can't remember his name. Dustin.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Dustin just dominates the screen. He's great. Make him interact with Steve all the time. Bring bloody Joe Quinn in there for a weird big brother jealousy montage. Get
Great
me
stuff.
some of that.
Great stuff, Ben. Great stuff. Playing a rock and roll music. Oh,
What's that? You want it to be a full John Carpenter horror film? Yeah, let's just do that in Hawkins. All right.
grand. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, grand. We'll have a rock and roll. We'll have a Kate Bush. It'll be grand.
What's that? You want to put Robert Englund in there after we've robbed his entire MO? Get him in there.
Get him in there. Just give him a little cameo.
What's that? You want me to create one of the most genuinely disturbing and unnerving physical costumes I've ever seen in a horror film? Get it in there.
Grand. No worries. It'll have sucky tendrils on it.
Hang on. What do you mean you want me to stay up all night, eat cheese, and then watch Pumpkinhead the movie?
Very good.
And then they go in and do it. Yeah, great. Fucking phenomenal.
I even liked Nancy, Ben.
You even liked Nancy. That was a whole revelation for me, because Nancy before that was just like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, that's enough of Nancy now. Come on, let's get on with it.
Max, what a great character.
They redeemed all of them, Ben, except the boys out in California. Get rid of them.
Boys over in California were useless, and I have to say that Argyle character was incredibly irritating for me.
One of the worst.
I was just like, why is there an 80s stoner in this film?
One of the worst characters I've ever seen, Ben. Benjamin.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've even seen Miss Marvel.
I have seen the first episode of Miss Marvel, and that's it. And then I saw the wonderful reveal in the final episode where we found out that Linda as policewoman is going to appear in the bloody Marvel universe.
Benjamin. Very humorous indeed. Benjamin, I watched all of Miss Marvel season 1 through to episode 6.
Good man.
What a wild ride, Ben, of weird tonal and settings changes and very, very strange altogether. And really weird, Ben. The plot is resolved in episode 5.
Oh,
And
okay.
I didn't even realise, Ben.
It just came and went, and you were like, all right,
It just kind of went, is that what? And then episode 6 is a whole new thing about like defending the town from the police. Very strange, Benjamin. I don't know. It seems to be the most divisive thing Marvel have ever produced. Well, until the next thing on the list. But it was up to the next thing on the list the most divisive thing that Marvel have ever produced. If you look at this IMDb page, Ben, it's just littered with 5-star and 1-star reviews.
Oh, it's a real polarizing force in the old Marvel television universe, is it?
Yeah. Well, Benjamin, look at it this way. You're always going on about review bombing.
Yes, well, you are actually, but okay, for the purposes of podcasting, I am, yeah.
Yeah. And Benjamin, what's it called? What's the opposite of review bombing called? When people inundate a thing with unwarranted 5 or 10-star reviews.
I suppose it's review bombing in a different form. I think review bombing is a positivity, negativity free experience. It just depends on the types of reviews that are being left.
Because that's what the reviews of Miss Marvel look like, and I think that just goes to show how divisive it is. So it probably has worked out in the end.
Yeah.
Through various people who are reviewing it, not on its merit as an artistic thing, but on their own personal political opinions. On both sides, Ben.
Yeah.
There are people who are given this 1 star because it's about a girl. There are people who are given this 1 star because it's about a Muslim. There's a huge contingent, Ben, apparently. This might just be internet waffle, but there's a huge contingent of Indian people giving it a 1 star because it's about Pakistan.
Oh.
But at the same time, Ben, there are lots of people giving it 5 stars sight unseen for the same things.
Oh, it's so interesting. I think you might have hit the nail on the head there, Michael. It's not anything to do with the merit of the show itself. It's to do with the signifiers that it's put out into the world. And, you know, I think we saw something similar for Black Panther. I think at the time we had a lot of people going, you know, oh, why is it so important as a black-led film? Like, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? And I think we had a very similar thing. But I think this is probably getting a lot more hate because, number one, it's a woman, and number two, Islamophobia in the United States is pretty fucking
And India,
high.
apparently.
And India, apparently.
And India, apparently. Benjamin, it's good. It's fine. It's... As you know, Benjamin, I've seen every single moment of content that the MCU has ever produced.
Yeah, it's very worrying.
And in my opinion, this is about as good as Cloak and Dagger or The Runaways or any of the other things aimed at teens. It's fine. It's all right. Yeah, it's fine. It's all right. It's kind of low stakes, kind of weird. Where's Doctor Strange, Ben? When people are opening portals to the alternate Noor dimension in the middle of New York, where's Wong?
Where's Wong?
Isn't that exactly why Wong... Like, Wong's been... No, spoilers for later on. But Wong is showing up to have conversations with lawyers later on in this episode.
In this episode, specifically this episode, Michael, where we've written a cast of the Marvel universe.
Yeah. But, Ben, why isn't Wong showing up and sorting all this out? Wong could have just come along and go, all right, everybody stop now for a second. I'll take in charge of this.
Do we know where the show later on falls on the timeline? And is there some timey-wimey stuff happening?
No, there's no timey-wimeys, Ben. There is a timey-wimey time travel episode, but there's no timey-wimeys. It's happening now.
Okay.
Because it ends up, Ben, with the two most interesting things that happen in the entire show are in the last 5 minutes, Ben.
Okay, go on. Tell me more, Michael.
One of them is a bit more earned than the other.
Right.
So, Benjamin, if you remember, we were talking about, is she going to turn out to be a new human? Is she going to turn out to be some sort of genie? Is she... Ben, they don't know.
They haven't said anything.
They don't know what she is, Ben. So, in the end, in the last 5 minutes, they decide to throw in the word mutation and play the song, as you said, from Hungarian 1980s TV show Linda Policewoman.
I think that might be the first instance, Michael, of us referencing our own podcast lore.
Yeah. That's Linda Policewoman. That's a real thing. Look it up. Don't come at us.
We didn't do
And
anything wrong.
Benjamin, so unearned.
No, it's ridiculous.
So she has she has the lineage of these aliens or people from another dimension or jinn or Noor or clandestine, if you want. But so does all of them. Whatever you want, Ben. But so do all the rest of her family. But for some reason, the bangle only activated on her arm because of some sort of mutation. Benjamin, I've no time for it. I've no time for you're a superhero, but the only reason that you became a superhero and everyone else who this happened to just got cancer is because you were actually a mutant the whole time.
I've had to step away, Michael, from so much TikTok and Instagram content because everything's a hype train now, and they're like, "Oh my god, they just hinted at." Then I was like, "That's completely unearned. That's a ridiculous place to put that little stinger in.
Absolutely.
It doesn't make any sense."
Absolutely comical, Ben. Ridiculous in every sense. They should have gone with Inhumans. Why not just stick with Inhumans?
Why not just fuck with everybody and be like, "Yeah, we're bringing back Anson Mount."
Anson Mount. Benjamin, there are rumours swirling that Anson Mount is going to be reappearing. And that kind of ties into the next little Marvel's Miss Marvel Season 1 end tag. Did you see it?
No, go on, tell me more.
She accidentally swaps place, Ben, to the power of her magical bangle, with one Carol Danvers.
Now, does she shapeshift into Carol Danvers, or
No,
does she
no,
swap
she switches
places
place with her. She swaps places with her. It's pretty firmly established that she swaps places with her.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So that's setting up the upcoming film, Ben, The Marvels.
Again, Michael, it's so interesting. I don't know how much more we can stick to these Marvel releases. I think I've reached peak saturation, Michael.
I think the whole internet is reaching saturation, Ben, which goes very much hand in hand with our next thing.
I know, Michael, that's what I was setting you up for.
Yeah, no, that's what I was setting you up for.
Oh, very good, Michael. Do you know who else has had enough of the Marvel formula?
Pretty much everybody, Ben, if Thor, Love and Thunder fans are to be believed.
Taika Waititi, Michael. Taika Waititi is what I was going to say.
Taika Waititi's going through some stuff. I don't know what's up with him, but he's definitely going through some stuff.
Yeah. It's so interesting, Michael. So we went to see Thor, Love and Thunder.
We did, remember?
We were quite divided as a Wednesday night cinema club.
One of the most divisive films of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Ben.
So I think it works fine as a stoner comedy.
Go on.
I think it's funny.
Yeah.
I think it's got a lot of laughs. I don't know if it has necessarily a good growth for the character of Thor.
Go on.
And I don't know if it kind of throws away a lot of what made Ragnarok so fantastic and Thor's Endgame arc and Infinity War arc and stuff like that. So what we get in Thor, Love and Thunder is a Taika Waititi film that they put a Marvel sticker on.
Yes, very much so.
And I watched one interesting analysis from a really, really good TikTok channel, a woman called Jay Stoobs. You can we might put a link down there in the description,
We'll put a link
Michael.
down there in the description, Ben.
But she said that basically those weird shorts that Taika Waititi did for YouTube back in the day where Thor had a roommate.
Team Daryl,
or yeah, that's it. So she said basically Taika Waititi has always wanted to make Thor, Love and Thunder, and he had to do Ragnarok to get to where he wanted to be with Thor, Love and Thunder.
Yes, okay, I got it.
And I think that was spot on. I think apparently there were two very different films being filmed at one point. I did my own digging on this, and a lot of what was filmed ended up on the cutting room floor. And I think the biggest litmus test for that, or the biggest indicator of that, Michael, is Christian Bale.
Oh yeah, I know him. He's an actor. He's from Wales.
Christian Bale is in a very different film to everybody else.
Because he's a baddie, Ben.
Because he's a baddie. His arc is almost entirely disjointed because of its tone. So I watched a few different things, and the biggest argument I think has been it's either a great film because it's consistent and it sticks to the tone that it established early on. So that makes it a solid film. You know, it doesn't jump all over the place. It would be unfair to say that as a film, it's all over the place. It's not.
Yes.
It's very consistently a stoner comedy from start to finish.
I don't think it's a stoner comedy. I don't think stoner comedy is the right thing to say about it.
What would you say it is?
It's a Taika Waititi comedy. It's an absurdist comedy. I don't think it's a stoner comedy. There's no one getting stoned and laughing at like stoner jokes. But I'm derailing you, Ben. So please keep in your head what you were saying a second ago, because I want you to go back to it. But my biggest issue with it is it's not that funny.
Oh, now Michael, I was too scared to say that, but okay,
it's
go on.
It's not that funny. It's neither as good a superhero film as Ragnarok, nor as funny as Ragnarok.
Michael, it pales in comparison to Ragnarok, because I went back and I watched Ragnarok because I was afraid that perhaps, Michael, because of the excitement, you and I went to see Ragnarok in the cinema together as well.
We did, yeah, we did, remember?
And I was afraid, Michael, due to my lack of male friendships or anything like that, that I might have just been blown away by the fun bonding experience of being in a male group of people going to the cinema. But as it turns out, Michael, far be it from me to question my own parasocial joys, but it turns out that, it's actually a fucking excellent film. Thor Ragnarok is phenomenal.
Ragnarok's a great film. Great film.
Phenomenal, Michael. And the reason it's phenomenal is for a number of different reasons. Strong character development, comedy as a secondary goal, and just a phenomenal cast, great budget by the looks of things. One of the things I found about Thor Love and Thunder, Michael, very bland.
A little bit bland, Ben. One of the highest budgets of all time, though. One of the most expensive films ever made.
Some of the settings were very bland, Michael. The town hall in Ragnarok, New Asgard, they have a whole scene inside a big empty town hall. You can find that down in Selbridge here in Dublin. There's plenty of halls like that.
Town hall. Yeah, and the Dark Planet was an interesting choice, obviously, because I think that was a kind of a reaction to Ragnarok's multicolored cosmic space joy, and they went, let's completely do the opposite.
So you've hit the nail on the head there again, Michael. If we were to take Christian Bale scenes as Gore the God Butcher out of that film,
yes,
and you were to put them on a timeline next to each other, right?
Go on.
And then you were to do the same with the non-Gore scenes from Thor Love and Thunder, you'd have two completely different movies and you would never guess that they overlapped.
No. Except when Thor showed up to fight him.
Except for that, but even then you wouldn't know, because what happens is Christian Bale is, really, really trying to bring the same gravitas he brings to any role. Sorry, I'm helping my dog get up on the table here.
Doggo. Have a little doggo break, everybody.
A little doggo break. She's very excited and wants up on the table. And hang on, we're going to make sure she can get up on the table now.
Oh, get up on the table, doggo.
Up on the table. Go on, up. Oh, this is great podcasting, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely fabulous stuff.
She's
up
back
on the
in her
table.
spot.
She's up on the table,
spot.
everybody.
Checking out the day. So, Christian Bale is given a scene, and everybody said, oh, it's consistent. It's not. The movie that's established by Christian Bale's harrowing death of his daughter, and that's in the first 5 minutes, so there's zero spoilers there. That's absolutely fine. There's Bowie across the screen.
Yeah, Bowie. Oh, that's just your little head. I can't see anything now.
That's absolutely harrowing as a scene, and it sets up a very serious film where gods are not great.
It doesn't though, Ben, because that is instantly undercut by the scene where he meets his own god and he's a big buffoon.
So that's the guy from What We Do in the Shadows, Michael.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah, and it was very good.
All Taika Waititi's mates, Benjamin.
Yeah.
The other thing about it that kind of doesn't work is, and I heard this on another podcast and I can't remember who it was, but one of the reasons that this universe is so successful is because people do invest in it and do think about every little detail.
Yeah.
And Taika Waititi is not that kind of filmmaker
No.
at all. It doesn't bother Taika Waititi to make a complete lore contradiction just to make a point.
Or a
to
joke.
make a gag, a joke. So, for example, Ben, I don't know if you remember this, but the reason Korg was in the gladiatorial prison in Ragnarok was that he had started a revolution because he didn't like his mother's new boyfriend.
Yes.
And then in this, we find out that they're an entirely male race that reproduce asexually.
Yeah, so it's not, he never had a mother.
He never had a mother.
Very good.
And then, there's other things like Eternals went out of its way to establish Celestials as these massive, terrifying, inscrutable alien organisms. And then he zooms out of the meeting of the gods and there's two Celestials standing there like, what?
He's like, oh, this is awkward.
What? And, it doesn't particularly bother me that it's not a great film that sits nicely in the Marvel canon, but it would be better if it was funny enough to justify it.
I think it undoes a lot of great work with Thor, though. I think, Thor was, prior to this film, one of my favourite characters, Michael.
Yeah.
I think he was well written. I think Chris Hemsworth did a great job of striking that balance between, a man who's going through some serious shit, but also, a very good-hearted person. I would have argued that of the three original Marvel superheroes, you had your Captain America, your Iron Man, and your Thor. Thor was the one who did it. Thor was the one who had the best arc because he just became a very good person and helped people out of a sense of earned responsibility, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Because Captain America didn't have to become a good person mentally, Ben, just physically.
Just physically. But
he just had to go to the gym.
Thor had to sort everything out, and Tony Stark remained a prick.
Yeah. At least he stopped selling weapons, though.
Yeah, fair enough.
Ben, it was a bit disappointing. It's one of the first Marvel films in a long time I haven't seen twice.
Which is rare for you, Michael. That's a damning indictment.
Very rare. I saw Eternals twice, Ben.
Yeah.
You all right?
Eternals.
I saw Eternals twice, Ben. I didn't see Thor twice.
Get out of town. Get out of town.
And I'm a big Taika Waititi fan, Ben. I just think it all didn't click together very well.
It's too many different things, Michael, and I think he went for a streamlined cut of comedy. I think there's a lot more, Michael, that was probably great, a more serious film, but I think he opted for comedy. And I think...
Yeah. And has said we're never going to see it.
But, it's funny. I tried to justify it in my own head, Michael. I tried to write a little essay, as I sometimes want to do, on how Taika Waititi has looked at phase 4 of the Marvel Universe and recognized it for what it is, which is absolutely absurd and an impossible undertaking. The cohesion of the Marvel Universe is an ever-spreading kind of net. Do you know what I mean? And the more films that are made, the more TV shows that are made. I mean, we've so many multiverse ending threats now. We've got the Scarlet Witch, we've got Kang the Conqueror, everything introduces a brand new threat. And we've talked about this multiple times on the podcast. Once you introduce those heavy hitters, you are undermining everything that came before because this was the real threat all along. Or nothing really matters in the universe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the risk. Funnily enough, I think, with Wanda in Doctor Strange, and spoilers for a film that came out a couple of months ago now.
Yeah, it's grand. Don't worry about it.
She has a very nice moment where she recognizes that the things matter individually to each person's universe because she realizes that her boys in the universe where they're still alive are terrified of her. And that matters. It's not the same. She can't just take the place of their mother. That's not how it works. Because she comes up against that logic. The reason she wants America Chavez is that so that anytime something goes wrong, she wants to pull a Rick and Morty and be able to pick from another universe and solve the problem. So she follows the Rick and Morty logic, the Rick Sanchez logic.
Very much so. She's very much a Rick Sanchez in that film, where it's like, it's multiverse. It doesn't matter if I kill people. It's
but she learns through a very human resolution that it does matter.
Yeah, stop being so mean.
And I think that's something that Loki failed to do. I think it's something that, you know, a lot of the multiverse stuff up to that point had failed to do. And I think it kind of re-established stakes a little bit. But it doesn't matter, Michael, because in the next one, in Eternals, the big universe, multiverse ending threat is a Celestial. They're going to fuck up everything. And it's never mentioned.
Or are they? Oh, yeah. Benjamin.
Yeah.
Have you seen The Grey Man on Netflix?
I haven't, no.
Benjamin.
Yeah.
This is a film that could be best described with the phrase, what a cast.
What a cast. It's got
What a cast, Ben. Everyone you've ever liked is in this.
Ryan Gosling, Big Daddy Goz.
The little baby goose Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, he's right there. Chris Evans' mustache.
Chris Evans with a comedy evil mustache is in it, Ben.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Bloody
Anna de Armas is in it, Ben.
Anna de Armas, yes.
Anna de Armas, Ben, she's in it. Straight out of James Bond and into this, playing the same character.
She's doing great, Anna de Armas.
Great.
She's really
doing great stuff. She's giving everyone
it.
She's giving everyone a big high kick. It's got your favourite ad in mind, Ben, Jessica Henwick.
Yeah.
She's in it as well.
Good for her.
What's his name? Rene Jean Page? Is that his name from Bridgerton?
No, I couldn't tell you.
He's very much in at the moment, Ben. He was in Bridgerton. He's in this.
So hot now.
He's in Dungeons and Dragons, which we forgot to talk. Oh no, that's coming up.
No, that's coming up. Get out of here. Don't jump up the running order.
He's so hot right now, Ben. It's got Billy Bob Thornton, your favourite Thornton after the chocolates.
BBT.
Yeah, BBT. It's got everyone in it, Ben. And I tell you what, it's mad as a brush.
It's mad as a brush. It's the Russo brothers going back to their roots, Michael. Their Captain America roots.
It's absolutely mad as a brush, Ben. It's like Jason Bourne by way of the Fast and the Furious.
Jason Bourne.
Imagine if Jason Bourne was in the Fast and Furious.
Good.
You've got this film now.
I might actually enjoy that, Michael. That sounds good.
It's quite good, Ben. It's quite good. I honestly can't tell you whether it's a good film or not. I haven't decided yet. Because I was watching it going, I knew nothing about it. My good lady friend said to me, do you want to watch The Grey Man? And I said, what is it? And she said, it's an international spy drama. And I went, oh, okay then. And I was watching it going, this is not an international spy drama.
You have been missold, good lady friend of mine.
This is Jason Bourne in The Fast and the Furious, and it is mental. And every time they introduce a character, it's someone I know and like.
I'm probably going to watch that today now, Michael. You've sold it to me based on that alone.
It's some great stuff, Ben. Dumb as shit, and quite long and going all over the place. But yeah, great stuff. Very fun.
Very interesting, Michael. Michael, that's it for this week, Michael. We can wrap up there because we've pretty much filled the entire episode with that first one. Oh, no, wait.
Oh, San Diego Comic-Con was on.
There's an entire second section to the running order.
Oh, bloody hell. Okay, let's take a break. Take a break, ladies and gentlemen. Go have yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee.
Take a toilet break.
Macchiato. Have a big poo.
Oh,
do
wait.
whatever you need to do.
Michael, we're a podcast. They can just bring us with them.
Oh, yeah, bring us with you. You go for a big poo.
Yeah, do that.
That's always been Ben's dream.
Or a macchiato.
Or a macchiato. Or both.
Or both. I mean,
Benjamin.
Probably not both. That's not very sanitary.
Not very sanitary at all, unless it's in a sealed cup. But anyway, look.
Christ.
Benjamin, not the poo, the macchiato.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Benjamin.
Yeah.
We're going to whiz through these. Each one of them is going to get about 3 minutes because that's about how much time we have.
That's about how much time we have. So,
have you seen the trailer, Ben, for Sandman?
Yeah, we're getting it on Netflix soon.
We're getting it on Netflix. It'll get one season and then it get cancelled, Ben. But I tell you what, it looks big budget, doesn't it?
I think that's where all the budget for Umbrella Academy season 3 went.
It went on Sandman season 1.
They bumped it in. Sandman's their big get, I think, Michael. I think they're trying to compete now. I think they've realised that they're going down, Michael. Netflix is struggling a little bit.
You're going to take them down, are you?
No, I'm not going to take them down a peg or two. They're doing that themselves, Michael.
I think they were struggling up to Stranger Things season 4, Ben, and then they had the biggest pop culture hit of the year.
I mean, one of the interesting things is how they release things, Michael. So I think the other reason that Umbrella Academy season 3 didn't do so well, or maybe didn't have the same impact, they released simultaneously with season 4 of Stranger Things. And one was always going to...
Only half of Stranger Things season 4, Ben, which I think was actually the massive success of Stranger Things season 4, that accidentally, because they hadn't finished the CG, but accidentally leaving a gap and letting it kind of simmer in pop culture consciousness.
Yeah, so we've talked about this before on the podcast, Michael. We're in danger of repeating ourselves endlessly in a loop at this point.
Right.
But
well, let's talk about Sandman then, rather than
Netflix.
Netflix.
Okay, all right, fine. There was an interesting conversation to be had there, but we'll come back to it another time. We'll do
come
another
back to it.
episode.
We'll come back to it. We'll do another episode.
Yeah, Michael. Tom Sturridge is there. It's looking pretty. It's looking pretty good. It's very big budget by the looks of things.
Benjamin, have you ever seen a man look more like a young, idealized version of Neil Gaiman in your life?
No, I think the stylist may have had a crush on Neil Gaiman, or Neil Gaiman had quite a bit of control over the process.
Neil Gaiman was like, please, welcome to my new lesson, how to make the main actor look like a younger version of me. Make him look more like me, you fucks. Thank you very much for listening to my talk. I'm Neil Gaiman.
In fairness, I don't think you would, but yeah.
That's exactly what he said, Benjamin.
I think he's quite a nice bloke.
Benjamin, what did you think of the imagery? They've got all the characters in it that you'll know and love.
Michael, it's straight out of a comic book. There's Matthew the
Straight
Raven.
out of it. Yeah.
There's a bloody Cain and Abel. There's a bloody Corinthian.
Yeah.
Got eyes where his mouth should be.
Yeah.
Or he's got
what did you think of
mouths where his eyes should be.
Mouth where his eyes should be. He's got eyes where his eyes should be. Terrifying.
Wow.
Benjamin, what did you think of Gwendolyn Christie as Satan or Lucifer?
Yeah, give me some of that. Stick it in there. Go on.
Looks good, doesn't it? She looks good.
One of my favourite things here, Michael, is that everybody's going, oh, what about Tom Ellis? Get him back. You know, he was in a TV show set in LA. It was a procedural thing where he played the Lucifer from Vertigo Comics. And Neil Gaiman was like, he went out on Twitter and he's like, I think that's a different kind of Lucifer. And I think his arc is kind of wrapped up. In other words, that's not my Lucifer.
Get out of here.
Hashtag not my Lucifer.
Yeah, Benjamin looks good though. Looks good and exciting and interesting. I don't know how exciting and interesting it will be though.
Well, we can't possibly say, Michael. But you know what else looks kind of interesting and exciting, but we can't really say?
Go on.
Black Adam.
I thought that the latest trailer. If there's one thing I love, Ben.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you why I love this. Maybe it's the male power fantasy, Ben.
It's probably that, Michael.
It's probably that. But I love when a character does a big jump with a big axe, and then the other character grabs that axe with one hand and is like, nope.
I think the fuck not, as it goes in pop culture terms, Michael.
And then shoots him with electricity. Yeah.
That was
and
my
that's what happens in this
noise.
trailer, Ben, and that's what sold me on it.
And that's why Michael is going to drag me to see Pierce Brosnan going, it's up to you to save the universe.
You have to save the universe even though you're really a baddie.
I don't know why we've suddenly made Pierce Brosnan from the flats, but I'd take it. I'd watch Dr. Fate. Dr.
That'd
Fate.
be great, wouldn't it? Would you come here? Would you fucking get down there and use your mystical energies against these fellas? We don't know who the baddies are, Ben.
Michael, it could be any of them.
It could be mystical energies. Just a vague sense of mystical energies.
I think, Michael, it's based on the concept of Bialia, or it could be the Lords of Chaos and Order in the DC lore. I don't know if they're going to introduce all that in. I mean, it's a lot. Again, unearned, Michael. DC is constantly trying to be like, we can do reference in our own old lore if you want, and it's just like, can you, lads?
Yeah. Speaking of referencing their own old lore, have you seen the trailer for Shazam?
Shazam.
Have you seen the trailer for Shazam?
Yeah, so it's Dr.
2?
Fate and Shazam down the Fatma Mansions there. Shazam!
What's Shazam called? The Here Come the Gods. Shazam 2, Here Come the Gods.
Here come the... yeah, so we're getting another rendition of Zeus.
There's so many Zeuses, Ben.
So many Zeuses. It's sadly not Russell Crowe doing the most racist accent.
One of the best things in Thor Love and Thunder was Zeus as a Greek chip shop owner from Australia in the 90s.
It was real bad.
Terrible stuff.
It was real
absolutely
bad.
Appalling. Ben, we were watching it. I was going, how is he getting away with this?
He wasn't, and I don't think he should have. I think
he minced it down those steps, Ben. He just minced down those steps. Incredible stuff.
I will never recover from okay baby kicks.
Yeah. Very strange stuff. Benjamin, talk about Shazam.
Shazam is happening. They've changed all the suits, Michael. They've done a bit of a DC on them. They look very dark and mysterious all of a sudden. I don't like it.
Yeah, everyone's gotten dark, mysterious suits, Benjamin. There's so many of them. How are they going to make it engaging and interesting?
They're probably not, Michael. They're probably going to fuck it. But come here to me. I think they're trying to align themselves to a Black Adam, because I think we're probably going to see a little bit of overlap at the end of both movies.
Oh, do you think?
Well, you see, this is the problem with making a very colorful, different type of movie is that eventually, if you want to bring it into a larger universe and you're going to make a big, serious Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Fast and Furious in a superhero movie, if you will, you're going to have to, really put that effort in. And
Benjamin, I think that those two gods, Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren, not the characters, the actresses, are going to come and be like, there's too many people who are using all the power of the gods, and they're going to take the power of the gods off the family, so it's just him again. You see?
I like it.
Brings it back into balance.
Yes, brings balance to the universe, Michael. Not unlike Black Adam will do with Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah. Would you ever bring a bit of balance there to the universe there, Black Adam?
Would you ever sort that out, would you? So come here to me, Michael. That brings us on to Dungeons and Dragons. I don't have a cute segue for that because we're running out of time.
Benjamin, Dungeons and Dragons was the surprise hit of DC Comic Con.
Chris Pine's a bard.
Chris Pine's a bard, Ben. He's coming up with bad plans.
He's coming up with terrible plans, Michael. Why do we need a plan B in case plan A doesn't work? So you make plans that don't work. Oh, I loved it.
Terrible plans. Benjamin.
Yes.
It's got a very Avengers-esque lead in, hasn't it? They have kind of tactician, they have a wizard, they have a Hulk, or as you would say, an owl bear.
An owl bear. There is an owl bear there, Michael. Not an owl bear, not a bear that's past its prime, but an actual avian ursine creature.
Yeah, half owl, half bear.
Yeah, big old owl bear.
Benjamin, this looked like the thing I'm most interested in excited in from the whole of DC Comic Con.
I think I might be sold on Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to have to get a Dungeons and Dragons thing going. I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, Michael, and at this point, pop culture is narrowing its focus to be like, if you don't do this, you're not a nerd. So.
Yeah. If you're not Dungeons and Dragons or Marvel, you might as well get out of here.
Yeah, man, intense. Looks very good. Chris Pine.
I enjoyed it, Ben. I enjoyed it quite a lot. I thought it looked fun. It looked. Rumor is, Ben, that the characters from the 90s are going to also be in it, which everybody loves, Ben. Everybody loves when you reference things from the 90s now.
It's so hot right now.
Especially animated series from the 90s, Ben.
So hot right now.
Benjamin, did you see the first peaks of X-Men 97?
Yes, I did. It looks very good.
It looks very good. They've really kept the tone.
Very clean.
Very interesting.
They've tightened some nuts and bolts.
I've been watching some of those episodes, Ben, recently, and some of the original Spider-Man cartoon. I tell you what, Ben.
Go on.
Not to go down a personal rabbit hole here of things I'm interested in, but they look absolutely shit on modern televisions.
Well, they're not meant for full HD, Michael.
They're not meant for full HD, Ben. You need to plug them into one of your old 90s TVs and they look incredible.
Yeah, but they're not meant for modern TV, Michael.
Now, Ben, all right, look. Speaking of things that are too good for modern TV.
Yeah, go on.
Your favourite trailer of Comic-Con, DC Comics, San Diego Comic-Con this year was She-Hulk, you were saying.
No, you said that, Michael, but I see you're going to pit it on me for some kind of classic hoist the Ben routine.
Yeah, hoist him by his own petard.
Hoist him by his own petard. Michael, we got the trailer for She-Hulk, which is basically Fleabag with face paint. And... that looks like what we're going to get. Come here to me. I had a real moment of impotent male nerd rage when I was watching the trailer, Michael. Yeah.
Oh no.
I was very displeased with myself, Michael. As you know, I've been in therapy and meditation classes to try and get rid of those irrational moments where I'm like, it's not like the comics, or other moments where it's like, it's a woman. I don't like women in leading positions in Marvel superhero things. She looks to be an awful lot more capable than one Bruce Banner.
I don't think so.
Based on the trailer.
I mean, there is obviously that joke. She's definitely better than him at yoga, but that also makes sense because he's a massive lump.
He's a massive lump, Michael.
But the thing where she throws the rock further than him. If you watch that scene again, Ben, he throws it with the flick of a wrist. Like you'd be like, he's just kind of showing her something like this. And then she puts a full body swing into it.
All right.
And then looks like I threw it further. And he looks at her like, yeah, sure you did.
Yeah, so I think we're going to get a lot of that. I think we might see an angry Hulk again. I think they might be hinting. I think there might be a little bit of hubris from one Brucington Banner.
Do you think so?
Oh, I'd like that, Michael. I think She-Hulk versus Hulk moment would be quite cool.
Oh, very good. So if he actually gets angry.
A classic angry Hulk. Or if someone makes him angry, Michael.
Benjamin, I think that's blockbuster thinking. That's not TV thinking.
Too late, Michael. I'm going to follow the thread now because what we see in the trailer is bloody Timmy Roth is back.
Timmy Roth is back, Benjamin. He's never left, really.
He's never left. He keeps knocking around. But he's looking well. So is his Abomination. It looks a lot better than it did in the original film.
Yeah, very much so.
And it looks like, Michael, someone's injecting him in the film and it turns him back into the Abomination.
Or are they injecting him to stop him turning into the Abomination?
Well, see, this is the thing, Michael. But perhaps if we were to introduce a MacGuffin that re-monsterizes gamma-radiated people, that might be how Bruce Banner loses control of Zen Hulk.
Oh, you get back to the old Angry Hulk, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, Ben. I think you might be thinking too big budget for this. I think this is a 30-minute courtroom comedy.
Yeah, Michael, because I said Fleabag with face paint and I meant it. Michael, we get a huge Fleabag moment where she breaks the fourth wall, like the classic John Byrne comic run.
Very Fleabag, but Hulk seems to notice.
He does. He has an Andrew Scott moment where he's like, "What was that?"
Very
What was
interesting,
that?
Ben. We did a whole episode. I think it might have been our last episode for our summer hiatus on breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah,
which might be interesting for people to go back and listen to in light of this.
I think it's about time. Have a listen to that. It's called That's So Meta, or Breaking the
Something
Fourth
like that,
Wall.
yeah.
We might have actually called it Breaking the Fourth Wall. Come here to me. If you want to learn more about Jennifer Walters and her classic breaking of the fourth wall, you can listen to our episode in 2 weeks' time on Collecting Issues, the bi-weekly comic book club, where we're taking a look at issues 1 to 9 of the John Byrne She-Hulk run.
Oh, very good. I think it's next week.
It's next week, next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Not this Wednesday.
Yeah.
Next
Not
Wednesday.
this Wednesday, next Wednesday. Benjamin.
Yeah.
I like this trailer. I thought it looked good.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable, Michael. I think now is the winter of our new content, Michael. And what I mean by that is, I think it's
Quite good.
I think what we need now, Michael, is kind of a few completely out of left field, have fun with the formula kind of shows. Why not have a courtroom drama where you have She-Hulk and then in a very quick snippet at the end introduce that Matt Murdock is going to come back for some.
He's back.
He's back in the suit.
He's leaping about the place.
He's levitt about the place in the suit. He looks very, very much Marvel Cinematic Universe as opposed to Netflix Universe. But that's fine because that's what we're kind of getting. Yeah, so why not mess around with the formula, Michael? Why not give us weird kind of teenage Miss Marvels and odd courtroom comedies?
Well,
Fuck it.
why not, Ben? As one example why you might not want to do that is Thor Love and Thunder.
Yeah, but you see, I think Thor Love and Thunder has become a strange Taika Waititi vanity project where Taika Waititi is almost saying, I can do whatever I want with this. I made Thor popular again.
Interesting. Benjamin, I liked She-Hulk. I thought it was one of the most interesting things. The most interesting and fun thing. But one of the most interesting things at San Diego Comic-Con was the trailer for Wakanda Forever, which is coming out this year.
Yeah, speaking of not straying from a formula and sticking to what made you a lot of money the last time, we got a trailer for Wakanda Forever.
Very interesting as a thing, Ben.
I find it fascinating, Michael. I find it distasteful. I find it strange. But I think Chadwick Boseman probably would have understood it because I think he understood the gravity of what he created in Black Panther 1.
I can't say, Ben. I've never met the man.
I wouldn't either. Although some of the interviews might indicate that, Michael. But come here to me. They're making a Black Panther film without the original Black Panther.
Not they're making, they've made, Ben.
They've made. Looks like Namor is going to play a huge role, Michael.
It does. It looks like it's going to be. It looks like it is, as we predicted years ago, Ben. Wakanda versus Atlantis.
Yeah. Which is weird.
No, that's pretty standard, isn't it?
No, I'm quite taken aback by it. I think it's really strange tonal shift. I watched the trailer and I have to say, Michael, it ran more as a weird slideshow compilation than a trailer for me. I thought it was very hard to pick up what we were going to get, but then again, it's a teaser, so I suppose.
Yeah, it was a teaser, not really a trailer. It's not supposed to tell us what's going on. It's just giving us a sense of it.
Angela Bassett's not having a great time.
No, she's having a very rough time. Her husband is dead and now her son's dead.
Apparently.
Yeah, and her daughter's an anti-vaxxer.
Her daughter's an anti-vaxxer, which we won't mention. Riri Williams looks like she's in there.
She's in there, Ben. She's going to be Ironheart.
Ironheart, the character that nobody wanted. But that's okay. And then we've got... Oh, God. It's even the choice of music for it, Michael, was just, God, Chadwick, we miss you.
Yeah, please come back, Chadwick.
Please come back, Chadwick. We're not sure how we're going to do this without you. We got a little glimpse of someone wearing the Black Panther suit. It's the gold suit?
Yeah, it was the gold suit. It was Michael B. Jordan's suit by the looks of things.
I don't think Michael B. Jordan is returning, but that could be a classic Marvel smokescreen.
It could. I would be surprised, to be honest.
So would I. I think
I'd be very surprised if that's what they decided to do, but it might be.
I mean, if remember the strange cartoon What If series, Michael, where we got another look at Killmonger. The What If series seems to have realigned a lot of characters so that people could kind of remember them. I'm not certain that What If doesn't exist as a little mini refresher for Phase 4. Don't forget these guys. What's that? Oh yeah, he was in love with Jane Foster. Thor was in love with Jane Foster. Oh yes. Oh yeah, it would be cool if there was a multiverse where there were multiple Doctor Stranges who were kind of evil.
Yeah, good. What an interesting concept. Imagine if Captain Carter existed.
Oh, imagine Captain Carter. Oh, she's good, isn't she? Oh, what if Wanda was very, very dangerous? She's one of the most powerful beings in the universe. It would be quite bad if she turned evil.
Is she? Yeah, I think you're right, Ben. I think that's what If was for.
I think that's what What If was for. And so we got a little Killmonger. We got a few Killmonger episodes in that.
Yeah. Very interesting. I don't know, Ben. I don't know. I'm interested to see where it's going to go. I don't know if I'm excited to see where it's going to go, but I'm interested to see where it's going to go.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
The Atlanteans are blue, Ben.
They're blue boys.
Just like the Kree. Nice and confusing.
Oh, these are Kree that are underwater. No. Those are Atlanteans. So the other one's Atlanteans in space. No.
They're Kree.
Those are Kree.
Benjamin, it would be interesting though, wouldn't it? Because there was a blue arm in Miss Marvel episode 4, I think.
Hey.
And we all assumed it was a Kree, but maybe it was a bloody Atlantean.
Probably an Atlantean, Michael. Let's start throwing Atlanteans in.
Can you just throw them in there? Chuck them into the melange. Benjamin!
The melting pot of Marvel.
The big news from Marvel, Ben, we've covered most of it, but Daredevil's getting a season.
Fucking Phase 5,
episodes.
Michael.
The big news from Marvel, Ben, was that Phase 4 is over and none of us really noticed.
Phase 4 is over and it has done nothing.
Nothing. It's done nothing for anyone, Ben. The previous phases were all ended by a massive, gigantic team-up movie.
Yeah, to give a sense of cohesion and closure.
Yeah, but this Phase 4 has just ended because Kevin Feige came on and went, Phase 4 is over, surprise!
And nobody's met anybody, we haven't lined anything up really all that well, and nothing's overlapping, but we'll tie it all together in
Phase 4. It's over
5.
though, anyway. Don't worry about it. I think this is a reaction, Ben, to Phase 4 being the kind of watchword for things that aren't great about Marvel.
I think Marvel has done a serious PR strategy meeting, Michael, and that's exactly what's happening.
And they've said, all right, let's put a nail in the coffin of Phase 4 as a concept and move on.
I mean, theoretically, Michael, this could be great because it means that Marvel has perhaps learned some lessons from Phase 4 and they might come back stronger with their new batch.
But I'd say everything in Phase 5, Ben, is most likely already in production.
Yeah.
So it might be too late to pivot successfully.
So what we had announced, Michael, do you want me to go through it here? I have it here in front of me.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
So the first thing we're getting on February 17th of 2022 or 2023 is Quantum Mania. I don't know if anybody cares.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ben, they're coming back.
Spring 2023, Secret Invasion. Haven't really led up to that. Nick Fury's probably going to be in it. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is coming out on May 5th, 2023. Echo is getting her own TV series. For the life of me, I can't understand why. We're getting Loki Season 2 in the summer of 2023. And we're getting the Marvels on July 28th of 2023. We're getting Blade, the TV series, on November 3rd.
Blade's a movie, isn't it?
Blade the movie on November 3rd, 2023. We're getting Ironheart for some reason in the fall of 2023 or autumn to the rest of the civilized world. Agatha, A Coven of Chaos, that's a personal favourite, Michael. That's going to do several things to me because Catherine Hahn's in it. And as we all know, I have a very strange alignment to Catherine Hahn.
No use. I have no interest or time for it.
Yeah, you're wrong. It's okay. It's fine.
I've no more interest in seeing that than I do a series about Echo.
And then in spring 2024, Michael, we're getting Daredevil Born Again, which sounds to me like they're going to lean into the Catholic thing. So we're possibly getting a classic Frank Miller adaptation.
No, I'd be shocked, Ben. I think it's only called Born Again because he's born in the Marvel Cinematic Universe from the Netflix universe.
They're probably trying to attract in that big old Christian vote, get him in there. Get him in there, get him in the seats, and then when they realise, this isn't Christian at all, it's too late, you gave us your money.
Yeah, we've got it.
Then we're getting, on May 3rd, 2024, Michael, Captain America New World Order. And on July 26th, we're getting Thunderbolts, which we always suspected and now have confirmed. Captain America is probably going to reintroduce Chris Evans, I think.
No, I hope not.
I think so. I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to pull the trigger because Kevin Feige's going to panic and go, give him all the money, get him back in. We'll restore the Marvel name in Phase 5, and that'll be that.
No, I hope not. And Benjamin, the biggest news of all was we've got 2 Avengers films.
Yeah, go on. Tell me more.
We've got bloody Age of Kang,
Yeah.
or whatever it's called. The Kang Dynasty,
Yeah.
which is going to be Avengers 5.
Yep.
And the biggest announcement of all, Ben, that it was all leading to what we all thought it was all leading to. Secret Wars.
Secret Wars. What a classic.
Benjamin, tell us what Secret Wars is very quickly.
Secret Wars is a bizarre comic book run where they took all the different superheroes and put them in space to fight each other and other people.
No, not that Secret Wars, Ben. It's not that Secret Wars.
Which Secret Wars? Is it Battleworld?
It's the Battle World Secret Wars.
What
it's the recent
fuck?
Because, Ben, they're calling Phase 4, 5 and 6 as 1, 2 and 3 were the Infinity Saga, 4, 5 and 6 are the Multiverse Saga.
Michael, I'm going to have a mortgage by the time we get to Phase 6.
Oh, with any luck, Ben.
And possibly some kids. I don't know if we're going to have time to go and see this.
With any luck, Ben.
It's fucking exhausting. I won't have a mortgage, ladies and gentlemen. We live in Dublin. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I haven't got a hope. But anyway, come here to me. I don't know if I can keep up with this, Michael. I don't know if this is going to bury me.
It might bury you, Ben. It might kill you.
I might just step back. I might just be like, no, thank you.
I think it's Marvel's goal. Marvel's goal is to get rid of you.
Get rid of Ben. That's
you personally.
Phase 5. Get rid of Ben.
Phase 5, get rid of Ben. Phase 6, try and bring him back.
Ladies and gentlemen, what did you think of all these different things? How do you feel about the host of news that we got from SDCC?
So much.
You can get in touch with us in a few different places. You can find us on the interwebs at www.seomrabeag.com, SEOMRABEAG.com.
It means tiny room in Irish.
You can find us on Instagram at Sure Look, Sure Listen.
It means Sure Look, Sure Listen in English.
It does indeed. You can find us on Twitter at ListenSure.
It means listen sure in English.
And you can...
Hop up on the Discord.
Best way to get in touch with us, Michael, how could I forget, is to hop up on that Discord, baby, where we got a lovely message during the week asking if we were okay. So thank you very much.
Because we went on hiatus, Ben.
And we didn't tell
anyone.
anybody.
You specifically.
So we did that. Yes, it's all my fault. It's all my fault. So that's it from us, ladies and gentlemen. Join us in a week's time where we'll be taking a look at the best alien invasions.
The best alien abductions.
Alien abductions.
Not
And
invasions.
where do they even come from? Why do we put that in our pop culture all the time?
Yeah, because we thought we were going to see Nope this week, Ben, but it's actually not out.
It's not out here because we're on a tiny little island and for some reason we've gone back to the 1970s where we get films 8 weeks after everybody else.
Benjamin and I bloody rang them up and I said, hello, I'd like 2 tickets for Nope. And the woman on the other end of the phone, she said, nope.
Yeah, it was very, very distressing for you, Michael. You didn't know if you were in a little meta loop. You were like, yes, I know, nope. That's what I said. She said, nope. And you said, yes. She said, nope. And you said, yes. She said, nope. And you said, yes. That's it from us, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye.
Nope.